remains to be seen, but sets up to be a cracker.
Indeed, it does, and that required run at 8.3, always something to play on the minds of the batters, that you've got to go at a steady rate, particularly in the power play, to ensure that your batters have that within your control when they go for the charge at the end of the innings. So, as you said, Samuel, it is absolutely crucial that Bangladesh get off to a good solid start and they'll really try to take the advantage of the power play. Unfortunately, West Indies team did not do well in the power play. And the manner in which they recovered, I tell you what, we say catches win matches. At times, rough catches can be the seed that sows a defeat. I mean, that vital miss, as we have a look at the deal, there is quite a bit of it there, as you can see. So that's something that's going to affect the play in many ways. We'll talk about that. Just going back to that drop catch by Tanzim Saqib of the bowling of Mustafizur Rahman. Rahman Paul was just 7 of 14 balls, really struggling at that point in time. And then suddenly, another over, Mustafizur Rahman bowled a wide, gave extra ball. He got a 6 with the last ball, and everything turned around on its head. Shaib Hassan has been very, very impressive in his short T20 career in his 15th innings, 450 so far. He needs to be steady in the middle, partnered by Tanzil Hassan Tamim, who's made 8 50s into his 40th innings. A little bit cat circumspect, even with the 3 paces in. Does that surprise you that Akil Hussain is going to open the bowling?
He's done that for the West Indies for all of his career. Slip in position, can he extract it with the new ball on the surface with the dew?
Maybe one of the reasons why the ball is still dry. As we progress into the day, it's going to roll over the ground, collect moisture. It'll be difficult for the spinners to bowl. So that's maybe the reason why, despite the array of pace bowlers that the West Indians have, with experienced players who opted for Akil Hussain. Carries on to him, tucks it away and opens the score.
The keeper and I want for that delivery. So that's the arm ball that drips back into the right hander. So the previous one spun away. Look at the seam and the way it angles back into the right hander. He's perfected that delivery and allowing him great levels of success in the power play. The right-left combination though will provide a challenge for him. He's over the wicket now to the left-handed Tanzini. And I always wonder the little things. Why did he take strike against the left-hand orthodox bowler?
Very, very bold. That is making a statement. Rocket 6 to start off his innings.
And it begs the question further, why didn't he take strike of the very full delivery left-hander to left-hand orthodox bowler? I always question these sort of little decisions that can, in the end, will be quite significant. First ball smacks him for 6. The right-handed side faced 2 deliveries in the over already.
Again, he goes for it. Crashes it. To stop the next escape ball. Oh, he is in a belligerent mood today.
Imagine if he had done this from the very first delivery. When he's faced all 4 deliveries so far. Anyway, 11 from the first 4 deliveries, he's gone 10 from 2. What a start. Belligerent and pugnacious.
Yeah, and a lot of thoughts in the captain's mind now, and changes of the field. The slips been removed to go to short third man. There's a backward point, a cover point, cover, and a mid-off on the offside for the left-hander. What is he going to come up with? Was it wide? A little tentative, not quite sure, in 2 minds. Despite that, managed to break softly away for an amble single.
It'll be interesting to see which direction Shehu goes next with the new ball and perhaps a little bit of swing and seam movement. If he opts for someone like a Jason Holder or a Jaden Seals, but this over hasn't gone to plan. 12 from it so far, so nothing fancy needed of the last ball.
And he doesn't do anything fancy. Sensible play. First over done. It's 12 with a...
জামাল কিভাবে সেরা হবার 100 রকম চেষ্টা থেকে লাগে 100 কঠিন ডাক আর এমনই 100 কঠিন ডাকের জন্য আছে নতুন সার্ফ এক্সেল এর টার্বো প্রিন্ট টেকনোলজি কাপড়ের গভীরে গিয়ে 100 কঠিন ডাক দূর করে এক ধোয়াতে নতুন সার্ফ এক্সেল
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 99 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে আরএফএল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস পাইছেন সরকারি ভাতা ভাতা নিয়ে চিন্তা কিসে মানুষরা পায় বিকাশে সরকারি ভাতা নিশ্চিন্তে ও প্রতিবার সময় মতো আপনার বিকাশ নাম্বারটি সমাজসেবা অফিসে নিবন্ধন করুন অ্যাডভান্সড হাইজিন সোপের ন্যাচারাল ব্যাকটেরিয়ালাইসিস টেকনোলজি জীবাণু থেকে দেয় 99.99% প্রোটেকশন একমল অ্যাডভান্সড হাইজিন সোপ এবার জীবাণু ধুলাবালি নাম ক্লিন গোল্ড রিয়েল ফুড এক্সট্রাক্ট থেকে তৈরি টেস্টি ও রিফ্রেশিং বাংলাদেশের প্রথম ইলেকট্রোলাইট ড্রিঙ্ক এসেন্স ফুডস
That's it. Johnson's on the wicket. Stops it. True extra. It's got to go for another Nexus play ball. He is not going to let the bowler settle.
Yeah, look at his strike rate. 375, 15 of 4. So he's making a real statement here. Good ball, advancing to Jaden Seals and bashes him for 4. A wonderful start to the over, wonderful start to the innings from Bangladesh. West Indies need to hold their composure a little bit. They'll expect the opposition to come out hard at them in the first 6. Hit your length, Jaden Seals.
It's hit it into the hand. What a catch! Brilliant catch here to judge that was seemed to be going away from him. Now they're getting it carried away, and he has to pay the price. The smiles break out, and they needed this wicket. Excellent work.
Phenomenal stuff from Romario Shepherd. Not getting the middle of the bat, but just look at this catch. The leap at the right moment. Athleticism at its best. And all smiles, why not? The Jason Holder is pleased. All of West Indies will be pleased. Belligerent innings comes to an end. 15.
সেই মাখামাখি টেস্ট নুডলস কে করে তোলে আরো ইয়ামি আরো জোস তাজা পাকা কম্বিনেশনে সস সসের বস ডাকি সাবান থেকে আলাদা আপনার সাবান আর ডাব নিন একদিকে সাবান দিন আর অন্যদিকে ডাব সাবানের দিকটা রুক্ষ লাগে আর ডাবের দিকটা নরম ও কোমল কারণ ডাব সাবানের থেকে আলাদা এর 1/4 ময়েশ্চারাইজিং ক্রিম দেয় নরম কোমল ও উজ্জ্বল ত্বক তফাৎটা বুঝতে আজই ডাব ব্যবহার করুন
বিজলি কেবলস যে কোনো স্থাপনার বৈদ্যুতিক সংযোগকে রাখে নিরাপদ এর স্কিন কোটেড ইনসুলেশন সম্পূর্ণ ফায়ার রিটার্ডেন্ট তাই বিজলি কেবলস নিজেই নিজেকে নেভায় বিজলি কেবলস
নিরাপদ আজীবন
রুই মাছ ভাজা কিন্তু এই তেল চর্বি একবার ধুলে পরিষ্কার হবে না তাহলে একবার আমি ধুয়ে দিচ্ছি আরেকবার তুমি
নতুন রিম লিকুইডে আছে 100 শক্তি যা মাছ মাংস কঠিন তেল চর্বি পরিষ্কার করে এক ধোয়াতে
এবার তুমি
আরে তেল চিটচিটে ভাব গায়ে
সবজি খেয়ে মনে পাঁচতালি কি মিশালি
Yeah, that's going to be it for a while now, I think.
Yeah, good hard length from Jaden Seals. He's very good at that length. Not allowing Tanzit to get the middle of the bat, so off center, and presenting an opportunity, and wonderfully taken from Mario Shepherd. Yeah, one big quick to the other. That is dangerous, Jaden Seals, when there's something in the surface. And another big quick tries to elevate him. He's a big unit, Romario.
Shows signs of being a big unit. He flew through there like a bird, and the ball was always going away from him. And the dive and the timing of that jump to a nice, look at this effort. As it goes away, he jumps back, grabs it. Ah, what a thing. You can see that over and over again.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one with the one that Alec Anthony took up his own bowling in the one-day international. Not too dissimilar. The running back and almost parallel to the ground, the hang time. Exceptional stuff.
WestIndies need some more of those kind of brilliance. More circumspect in his approach. Liton Kumar Dash gets off the mark with a little push here. And with that early fall of wicket, Bangladesh will do well to tell themselves, look, we don't have to be just hitting everything out of the ground. There's ample time. The run rate is still around the 8 mark. Just play the ball to its merit. Just quieten down. The ball is going to skid on. There's a bit of dew in the air. Just wait for the seam to soften. Just bide your time. Play the sensible way. Into the crowd for a massive rocket
সাথে থাকলে 7 বারে কোকা-কোলা।
রাখলে স্বাদ মিশালি স্বাদ হবে দুর্দান্ত শিয়া বাটার ও অ্যালমন্ড অয়েল সমৃদ্ধ লিলি বডি লোশন ত্বককে করে তারুণ্যদীপ্ত ও উজ্জ্বল।
But Liton will try to just play longer through his career. So similar kind of balls when Nasum was bowling, and when they backed away the batters, they tried to reach the ball after it had gripped a bit. One area that they need to be a little careful about. Reading the length of Akil Hussain into his second over. Down the leg side, that's missed everything. I think not even be given wise wait and see if there's a signal, what the signal is. Wise.
Yeah, there's a little more leniency now for deliveries down the leg side. You see those lines marked out on the pitch on either side of the stumps. That's for the leg side guide for the umpires. We mentioned it in the ODI series, traditionally anything down the leg side was previously signal wide. Bowlers don't have a little bit more margin for error.
What a beauty. That's a drop up. The drift in and the turn away. What was the... It's a left arm orthodox. When you're talking about the leggy, man sitting next to me would have loved to have bowled on this track, wouldn't you? Especially bowling in the power play, Samuel.
Yeah, trying to keep the stumps in play, and there's some assistance from the surface. Hence, he has the slip accuracy, and that was the importance of Tanzit's wicket.
That was premeditated, but does not matter at call because he has employed that reverse to a nicety and gets himself another Nexus paper.
Just mentioning the importance of transit wicket because he was a left-hander. But that's what Little Das did here. He converted himself into a left-hand essentially with that reverse. Wonderful batting. And these guys are so amazing with these types of strokes. Difficult to bowl to.
Whoa, the comeback! That stopped from Nidham Kumar Das. He was in two minds, not quite sure to go for the shot. It was a check and another excellently judged catch taken by the bowler this time. Brilliant stuff. Second one goes down.
So what a response from Aki was saying. Just look at the way he had to go to his right, just stop that right paw out, and it stopped. Two magnificent catches from the West Indies. He seemed shocked that it stuck in his hand. Captain has to depart for 5. Bangladesh lose this.
জানো ডেস্কিন স্যার আমাদের ব্যাটসকিনকে লুকিয়ে রাখে টেস্ট করলে দেখতে পাবে দেখলে ব্যাটসকিন লুকিয়ে আছে ডেস্কিন স্যারের নিচে এভাবে দূর করে স্কিন ইনস্টিটিউটের ব্রাইট বিউটি ফেস ওয়াশ এই নাইসিনামাইড যুক্ত এক্সপোর্ট ফর্মুলা ডেস্কিন দূর করে আর দেয় আল্টিমেট ব্রাইট স্কিন মিরাকলস হ্যাপেন পন্ডস ব্রাইট বিউটি ফেস ওয়াশ
নিরাপদ ও সহজে উপবৃত্তির টাকা পেতে আজই আপনার বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট সন্তানের স্কুলে রেজিস্টার করুন। বাড়ির রক্তে ঘোরন মুখের দুর্গন্ধ প্রতিদিনের সলিউশন একটাই ডাবল রেড টুথপেস্ট।
আমি কেন রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন ইউজ করি 1 Floodlight 2 দারুণ ফ্রেগ্রেন্স 3 লোকেল দিলে ভাব 4 ত্বকে ময়েশ্চার থাকে রব স্কিনটাকে রিভাইভ করো।
এই ভাই দরকারের সময় নেট নাই আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই ব্যাটারি ব্যাকআপ সহ এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ।
3 action-packed overs completed, 29 for
দরকারের সময় নেট নাই আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই ব্যাটারি ব্যাকআপ সহ এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ। New food extract থেকে তৈরি tasty and refreshing বাংলাদেশের প্রথম electrometric essences বাংলাদেশ জুড়ে দেখা
এত রাতে পার্টি হ্যাঁ এখনই ওকে মিস্টার নুডলসই হয়ে যাক
আপনার রুচির সাথে মানানসই স্টাইলিশ সব ডিজাইনগুলি বেছে নিন জন্মলক্ষ্য লং লাস্টিং শাইন বেসিক ট্যাব ফিটিংস শ্যাম্পু সবকিছু ফাইন Which is the world class scale of better.
Oh, I didn't know very much about that. Tamal Badri in the World Cup. Have a look at the T20 World Cup. Let's have a look at his pitch map. First power play, wickets. Look at that, killed by spinners. He's always attacking the stumps. You can talk about it himself.
Yeah, I mentioned it before, you want to bring all modes of dismissal into play. You want to ask the batter to take a risk if they must by hitting from the stump. So that was generally my modus operandi, to go wicket to wicket with some subtle variations in between.
Just past the finger. He's going to chase it, but he's not going to get to it. Some relief with that boundary from Tawagul Dog. Next is Faithful.
Yeah, Gary Pierre, the other left-hand orthodox, into the attacker. Maybe not as fine as he wanted, but in that general direction. Ruston with the chase, but not able to hold it in. So a little bit errant from Carry Pair. You want to finish on the stumps, particularly against subcontinent batters. They're so good square off the wicket, subtle wrist.
That's the easy way, and that's the way to go. You get a boundary and then just flick it away wide of the two fingers converging, and you get two comfortable runs. But I must finish this off with a figure. Samuel Badri sitting alongside me is the only West Indian spin bowler to take 4 wickets in a T20 international match in his Bangladesh. And he recorded as well a 4 for 15. This is Bangladesh in 2014 at Mirpur. Just raises his hand up there in the context. But to have the expertise, guidance that hurried through. It's got to be a mix, isn't it, Samuel, particularly with the left arm orthodox, but a lot of arm balls.
Yeah, that's what they generally do with the new ball. Shehab has a plethora of options, Rough and Chase with the spin, and a number of seamers he can turn to as well.
Just pushes it away wide of the field. Another single ends up being an 8 run over. 4 down, 37 for 2.
প্রতিদিনের রোদে মুখে পড়ে স্পট আর ত্বক হয়ে যায় মলিন বাঁচি এভাবে, কিন্তু আসলে বাঁচা উচিত এভাবে। নতুন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি ব্রাইটেনিং সানস্ক্রিন মাত্র 2 আঙ্গুলে রোদকে ব্লক করে। SPF 50 রোদ থেকে দেয় 99% পর্যন্ত প্রোটেকশন, আর ভিটামিন সি সিরাম ত্বকে করে ভেতর থেকে ব্রাইট। রোদ ব্লক করো, প্রতিদিন গ্লো করো। নতুন গ্লো অ্যান্ড লাভলি ব্রাইটনিং ভিডিও সানস্ক্রিন।
সাথে থাকলে স্বাদ বাড়ে।
Coca-Cola, which is the world-class flavor profile.
Hits on that one, allows it to come on.
Yeah, these two relatively young in their international career. They want to show learnings and maturity, take the responsibility as you mentioned. That's what's needed now. A 3rd consecutive over to sit in the power play.
And there's going to be gone. He has just allowed himself to get up, really need to go over the fielder, got a little cheeky, and the smarts break out. And against the run of play, they've struck it in.
Yeah, rocket out straight to the field, like some gesticulated as though it came out from the lighting towers. But another wicket for accuracy in the power play, a master of the power play, really. A 3rd one in the power play falls for Bangladesh. Side goes to 3.
Hi, cylinder পাঠিয়ে দিন। এটা আইগেজ ইউনাইটেড। সিলভার 65 বছরের অভিজ্ঞতা নিয়ে তুরস্ক থেকে বাংলাদেশে আইগেজ ইউনাইটেড। নিউ কোয়ালিটির গ্যাস দেয়, নিউ রঙের আগুন। তাই রান্না আর আপনি তো নিশ্চিন্ত। Which is the world-class flavor profile. Water balloons, নিরাপদ আগুনের সংযোগ। New food experts for the food. Tasty and refreshing. New Chevron electrometric essence base. Bangladesh, Jordan, Sugar, লরির রক্তে ঘোরন মুখের দুর্গন্ধ প্রতিদিনের সলিউশন একটাই ডাবল রেড ফুড পেস্ট।
সুস্বাদু পুষ্টিকর কিশোর নুডলস একমাত্র নুডলস যা পরিবারের সুস্বাদু খাদ্য নিশ্চিত করে। কিশোর নুডলস, ওয়ার্ল্ডস ম্যাজিক।
Shane, you did mention the fact that he'll have to change his lines and angles with the left-right combination. And every time he's faced a different batter, Going straight into perfect lines and lengths. Made the batters think, take the wickets. Very impressive. Up away for a single to open his account.
Yeah, partnership is required, at the risk of skating over, so these two have that repaired job to do, but they can't take too long to get going. So they have to manage their risk. They can't afford to lose another wicket anytime soon. Already 3 down, and only the 5th over in progress. So manage risk and still look to score. That's the great challenge, isn't it? Particularly in this format.
It's very delicate balancing act. When the bowlers have got their tails up, like Akhil has at the moment, his whole demeanor has changed from the first over when he went for a few runs. Now he's looking into the eye of the batter and says, I've got you on a tight leash. Take me on if you can. Bowling brilliantly. Just throws it wide of the fielders, thinks of a second not there. Ends the 5th over. Bangladesh are 40 for 3.
Pink cherry cake.
চকলেট না বাবা না আজ মার সাথে অনেক শুনেছি তুমি অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট দিয়ে ব্রাশ করো না
সহজে উপবৃত্তি টাকা পেতে আজই আপনার বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট সন্তানের লেডেন্স রাজমা বিরিয়ানি অনুষ্ঠান বিরিয়ানি ছুটির দিনে বিরিয়ানি ছাড়া আর কিছু মাথায় আসবে না এবার জীবনে
Hello, Floodlight. Well, these two need to build a good partnership, and that too, keep an eye on the scoreboard with the required run rate creeping up to 9.
I think more important is to ensure that these two bat for another 5-6 overs. Because if you lose another wicket here, then more trouble. So it will depend a lot on someone like Ridwai and Shamim Hussain. Shamim is on strike, the left-hander. There will be a stage where you need to apply yourself in a different fashion. When you lose 3 wickets early on, then you need to understand the fact that, okay, fine, I'm not going to play too many shots. If it's there, fine, but I'm not going to take any unnecessary risk. When you talk about unnecessary risk, the first batter that comes to my mind is the opener, the left-hander. Just what we are talking about, they need to think that they cannot afford to lose another wicket. Jason Holder provides the goal. It's a rocket out. And some celebration there. That continues from Jason Holder. He wouldn't be a happy man, Lito Dash, as Bangladesh have just lost their 4th wicket, and that is well executed. And Shami did not see that coming. Cleaned him up. Introduced him into the attack, Jason Holder, and straight away gets the wicket in his first over. Shamim has to make that walk back. He's gone for 1. It's 14.
শক্তিশালী ইনসাইড ও অধিক তারা সমৃদ্ধ অনেক সিলভার ওয়াশ মাত্র 70 টাকায়।
আমার কাছে কি ভাই দরকার সময় নেই আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই, এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ। ফুটেজ থেকে তৈরি টেস্টি রিফ্রেশিং বাংলাদেশের প্রথম ইলেকট্রোমেট্রিক এসেন্সরিজ বাংলাদেশ জুড়ে পাঠানো।
অ্যামাজন সমৃদ্ধ ইউনিবডি দর্শন ত্বকে করে তারুণ্য দীপ্ত ও উজ্জ্বল।
ক্লোজআপ এখন আছে জুমফেস টেকনোলজি, যা জীবাণুর সাথে লড়াই করে দেয় সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস 18 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত। তোমার টিকিট এটা তোমার ক্লোজআপ 18 ঘন্টা সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস।
Stability. Some rehabilitation in the middle is required as they've just lost their fourth wicket. It's just a very poor shot. Look at this. It's a nothing shot. Gets in a position where it's hit towards the onside, completely missing it, but you got to give the credit to the bowler, Jason Holder. Tons of experience. And he delivers the good in his very first over. And now they have a slip of place. Tying down the leg. Yeah, ample amount of experience, as you said, and again, getting the wicket, doing the job for the team. Tons of experience. Shaman Knight, tons. Look at that stats there. Those wickets in T20 International for West Indies. The gentleman with the ball. 88 wickets right at the top. Brent Broward 78 wickets. Akil Hussain 78. Catches the ball, did not carry. Just in front of Ross and Chase in the slip crossing. Yeah, I mentioned earlier on when I looked at the surface, there was a green tinge, and I thought that this could be interesting, especially for the seamers. Beautiful seam position, just moving away from the right-hander. Softer hands ensured the ball didn't carry to the slip. If they've gone to play a shot, it was an edge, would have straight gone into the hands.
Eager to get off the mark. Deploying finally inside the circle with the two fielders guarding the boundary of deep backward point and deep squaring, which indicates maybe the underlying deliveries, but with the slip cotton in place, he's pitching it up.
A couple of poor shot selection. The first one, obviously, Tanzil Hassan just wanted to smash every ball that he faced. He's scored 15 of just 5 deliveries. Taif Hassan also trying to put one over the fielder at short line. Fine leg. Just the 2 runs and a wicket. After 6.
শরীরগুলো আছে না
নুডলসকে করে তোলে আরো ইয়ামি আরো জোস তাজা পাকা টমেটো আর সিক্রেট রেসিপি কম্বিনেশনে প্রাণ সস
গাইটা ভালো দিয়ে দিচ্ছে
Signaling the end of the power play. 52 for 4. Bangladesh at this time. Again, West Indies had not lost a single wicket. Humayun Shepherd from the Nexus Bay end. Also need to remember that West Indies, as you rightly pointed out, that they did not lose a wicket in the first 6 overs, 35 without loss. So they were going at 5.8 running an over. But in the middle overs, the last 3 were 66 in the 9 overs, 107.33. But they really picked up in the last 5 overs, they smashed 64. Like a run of 12.8. Last 3, 51 runs. If you look at the Bangladesh opener, the left-hander, the young left-hander, nicely kick off his legs, Hassan. You can see the amount of time he spent in the middle. Look at what he did. The first one, it went for a six. First ball. Second one, gone for a third one, a chip for a single. Fourth one, he goes down the wicket, cracks it through the cover. Smash 15, a first strike, and then incredible catch. Take nothing away. That is a sensational catch. But Mike was why you want to go and play that shot at that stage of the game. Because you are the ones who picked up the boundaries. You are the leading run scorer this year for Bangladesh in T20 International. So you've got to start taking some responsibility. Hit the wicket again. That rolls up on him. It was too close to pay that straight throw. Sensational catch. That was from by Shepherd. He couldn't believe himself. Charging down the wicket, well adjusted by Shepherd. I mean, we'd be talking about if that had gone over the top of the fielder for another boundary, he would still be batting. So there's a very fine line, a thin line in what could have happened, should have happened, or already happened. That was taken. The catch was taken. He took that opportunity, he took that chance. But the point that I'm trying to make is perhaps he could have avoided to play that shot. There's protection in the deep. I understand the need for optimism and to make full use of the power play. First short, yes, fielders in the power play within the circle except for two. I understand all of that, but sure what you're implying is the mix of that understanding and assessing the conditions quickly and adjusting to that. Yeah, he's only the second player this year who's gone across and scored more than 500 runs in T20 Internationals for Bangladesh. Panji Hassan, before this match, had 546 runs at strike rate of 134. Liton Das, 536 runs at 134 as well. Five singles of the seventh. It's 56-4.
নতুন স্বপ্নে প্রতিবারে যে
সাথে থাকে আমার নতুন উজ্জ্বলতা তার জন্য আছে যার প্রো ফেস টেকনোলজি থেকে পরিষ্কার করে আর ধরে রাখে কাপড়ে নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা নতুন হাইনেটিক্স পাউডার নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বল
পাইছেন সরকারি ভাতা ভাতা নিয়ে চিন্তা কিসে ভরসা পাই বিকাশ সরকারি ভাতা নিশ্চিন্তে ও প্রতিবার সময় মতো পেতে আপনার বিকাশ নাম্বারটি সমাজ সেবা অফিসে নিবন্ধন করুন
আমার
Right, run rate now above 9 at the moment for Bangladesh. Now, if you look at someone like Ridwai, who is on strike now, he got a 50 here in a trying condition. That was against Sri Lanka in the Asia Cup, chasing 169. And he went on and scored a 50. 58 of 37. I mean, that's what they require. That's what the Bangladesh team requires. Similar kind of innings. Looking to play a big lead. Looking for the second, not available. Yes, something like that is required, but he also needs company from the other leg to ease the pressure off his shoulder. And we've seen what Neil Hassan is capable of. He likes to get under pressure, but when you lose so many wickets so early in innings, including 160, total of 165, then it gets very, very difficult. They need a special kind of innings, not just for one player, they need a good partnership here. It's well bowled. Not afraid to pitch it up with off inside the circle, trying to move the batter, play inside out if possible. Action boundary on the outside. They're subdued. The home side have lost 4 wickets. And it's coming really big numbers here for the first T20 International. To dissect those 2 fielders, the hit well, hence only 1 is available. Not a lot of batting to follow after this. Yes, Nishad, Nasoon, Tanzim Sakib, they all can hit. But they need these 2 in the middle to do bulk of the work for them before they come in and can unleash the big blows. Take a big hammer down the ground. Boundary after 25 deliveries. It's a next day for Pratham. And also brings up the 50 for Bangladesh. Cracking shot. That's what he is capable of. But he needs to try, according to the situation. Yes, if you get an opportunity, put it away. Lovely shot down the ground. Choose the ball straight away again. Deliberately played it along the ground. They're coming back for the second and they will make it. It's been a productive over for Bangladesh. 9 of the 8. It's 55 for 4.
No tension.
Rainbow Acroblast or Acro Immersion থাকায়
Rainbow Paints, Glow of Joy.
100% pure home-rated strength. Oil, don't sample cleansing. Double really, chocolate cleansing. Bedroom pet food, and changing sugar cut.
Double breakfast. Golden night. The next day, hoping that the Tigers will they have to out in
কালকে বেচছেন কালকে
What they're doing well is rotating the strike, these 2. It's important. They need a 30 or 40 runs partnership here to just settle things around, to steady the ship. And when they get into their group, yes, they are more than capable of scoring quickly. That's not needed the hour at the moment. Yes, they're going almost 7 runs over, but the required run is now climbed. It has gone beyond 9 runs in an over. And take with soft hands. Second one not available. They're managing those singles. The same time, a boundary and over for now would do. They can target a particular bowler and try and go after that bowler. Make the most of that particular over. Shamanai, they need to be 100% sure, because if they try to go for a boundary and for some reason they do not connect and they get out, then serious trouble for Bangladesh. Oh! Chucks it on, and Pierre comes in and gets the breakthrough. Here's the wicket you're talking about. Gets low. I don't think he could have afforded to play off the back foot. I thought it was a little bit fuller. And the first time I saw it, he actually should have been on the front foot. He goes back, inside edge, chipper, gone. And it is another rocket out. So half of the side back to the hat. There he picks up his first. Nolasem gone. 5 of 10. Bangladesh 7 for 5.
হাত ধুয়েছিস? আমাদের পুরো 2 মিনিট হাত ধুতে হবে, না হলে জীবাণু থেকে যাবে।
ধুতে থাকো ধুতে হ্যাঁ বান্টি তোর সাবান স্লো না
মান সম্মান লেগে গেলাম মনে দিলে পাইছে কেমন আছিস ভালো গ্যাসে তো বলো কি হলো
থাকলে স্বাদ বাড়ে কোকা-কোলা নিরাপদ ও সহজে উপবৃত্তির টাকা পেতে আজই আপনার বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট সন্তানের স্কুলে রেজিস্টার থেকে তৈরি টেস্টি রিফ্রেশিং বাংলাদেশের প্রথম ইলেকট্রিক
Always in danger if you try to negotiate the split ball. If you go the full delivery and you go for back foot, you'll be very, very lucky if you go on to survive that. Unlucky, injured edge and went on to hit the stumps. Incredible here. What a turnaround this has been for WestIndies. 35 in the top, after the 10th over, then in the last 3 overs they smashed 51. Bit of a shot, I really don't know what's that about. But he's making the right decision. He's made the right call. Especially in the bowling department. Been very good. Into the wickets, unfortunately, amazing gap. This was looking for a crash, good pick up and ball that stop. That should have wanted to go over the top of the fielder. 5% then Sunny presented that the the aerial tournament. 3 out of the 5 were catches taken by the WestIndies team and must mention that all of them were good catches. Were good on the field, WestIndies. That graphics just showed you is reflection of lack of partnerships for Bangladesh. There's none. None to speak of. Okay, pressure on Bangladesh. Right run rate 9.58. Well bowled, attacking the stumps. Very well bowled over by Pierre. 59 for 5.
ভাই দরকারের সময় নেট নাই আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই ব্যাটারি ব্যাকআপ সহ এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ
which is the world-class cable Bottom cables.
4 গুণ শক্তি ইনসাইড পাওয়ার টেকনিক ফর্মুলা ও এর দ্বারা সম্ভব সিলভার ওয়াশ কাপড়কে রাখে নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বল মাত্র 70 টাকায়
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি আর্টিফিশিয়াল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 99 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে আর্টিফিশিয়াল সিপিভিসি প্রো পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস 100% দিয়ে It's to be up to letters. Some trouble in the middle, still persisting. Perhaps because of the lights. Going Return rate 9.73. I think the drinks break is going to be taken early. Time for the Bears and official side. We'll take a short break. Initially.
স্বাদ হবে দুর্দান্ত ভিটামিন সি আর গ্লিসারিনের সাথে নতুন লাক্স যা ত্বককে করে কোমল আর দেয় ব্রাইট গ্লো। ট্রাই করুন ফ্লাক্স। নতুন সাউন্ডের ব্ল্যাক শাইন ভিটামিন সি ও ইনগুনে দেয় ছড়ানো করে আর গ্লাস শাইন। ঝলমলে শাইন করো, গ্লাস শাইন করো। Side by side fridge.
Tasty and refreshing. বাংলাদেশের প্রথম ইলেকট্রোলাইট্রিক এসেন্স বাস। বাংলাদেশ হিন্দে না কখনো।
ব্রাউন সসের মাখামাখি টেস্ট নুডলসকে করে তোলে আরো ইয়ামি আরো জোস। তাজা পাকা টমেটো আর সিক্রেট রেসিপি কম্বিনেশনে ব্রাউন সস সসের বস।
নিরাপদ ও সহজে উপবৃত্তির টাকা পেতে আজই আপনার বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট সন্তানের স্কুলে রেজিস্টার করুন।
100% pure fruit milk extracted near deep cleanser. তার white and glow আর anti-aging সুরক্ষা। সফল হতে চাও তো রোদে বের হও। গ্লো থাকে একই প্রখর রোদেও। গ্লো এলভি সিএম ক্রিম এর মাল্টিভিটামিন সিরাম ত্বকের 3 স্তর ভেতরে যায় আর দেয় 40% বেশি উজ্জ্বলতা। বেরিয়ে পড়ো নিজের পরিচয় গড়ো। গ্লো এলভি সিএম ক্রিম। A product of Rayon.
সাথে থাকলে স্বাদ বাড়ে। কোকা-কোলা রুই মাছ ভাজা, কিন্তু এই তেল চর্বি একবার ধুলে পরিষ্কার হবে না। তাহলে একবার আমি ধুয়ে দিচ্ছি আর একবার তুমি।
নতুন ভিম লিকুইডে আছে 100 লেবুর শক্তি যা মাছ মাংসের কঠিন তেল চর্বি পরিষ্কার করে এক ছোঁয়াতে।
এবার তুমি।
আরে তেল চিটচিটে ভাব গায়ে।
হ্যাঁ?
আমার কাছে
কি ভাই, দরকারের সময় নেট নাই? আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ। ফুড এক্সট্রাক্ট থেকে তৈরি টেস্টি ও রিফ্রেশিং বাংলাদেশের প্রথম ইলেকট্রোলাইট্রিক এসেন্স বাস। বাংলাদেশ হিন্দে না কখনো।
জানো ডেড স্কিনসের মধ্যে ব্রাইট স্কিনকে লুকিয়ে রাখে টেস্ট করলে দেখতে পাবে। দেখলে ব্রাইট স্কিন লুকিয়ে আছে ডেড স্কিনসের নিচে। এগুলো দূর করে টন স্কিন ইনস্টিটিউটের ব্রাইট কাঞ্চি ফেস ওয়াশ। এই নাইসিনামাইড যুক্ত এক্সপার্ট ফর্মুলা ডেড স্কিন সেলস দূর করে আর দেয় আফটার ব্রাইট স্কিন। Miracles happen on Bright Beauty Face Wash.
ঘরের অপেক্ষা মুখে দুর্গন্ধ প্রতিদিনের সলিউশন একটাই, ডাবল রেড টুথপেস্ট। রাধুনি বিরিয়ানি মশলায় তিনি বিরিয়ানি এমনি সাজছে ছুটির দিনে বিরিয়ানি ছাড়া আর কিছু মাথায় আসবে না। রাধুনি বিরিয়ানি মশলা।
রশি সাধারণ ডিটারজেন্ট তাই কাপড়কে বাঁচাতে ব্যবহার করুন কালার এক্সপার্ট জর্জ স্যাপ এবং ওয়াইল্ড অর হ্যান্ডস টেকনোলজি সমৃদ্ধ ফ্লোরিক ক্রিস্টাল ওয়াশ। আপনার লন্ড্রি এক্সপার্ট।
চললে তো এই সিনেমা ভিলেনকে ধরতেই পারবো। নতুন গাড়ি তো ভাই, যদি কিছু হয়ে যায় তাই তুই চাই ইন্স্যুরেন্স। নায়িকাকে বাঁচাবো আমি, তোমার গাড়ি বাঁচাবে ইন্স্যুরেন্স। কোথায় করবো সিটি ব্যাংক। ইন্স্যুরেন্স করলে সিটিতে সুরক্ষা পাবেন নিশ্চিতে। পাইছেন সরকারি ভাতা, ভাতা নিয়ে চিন্তা কিসে? ভরসা পাই বিকাশে। সরকারি ভাতা নিশ্চিন্তে ও প্রতিবার সময় মতো পেতে আপনার বিকাশ নাম্বারটি সমাজসেবা অফিসে নিবন্ধন করুন।
সুস্বাদু পুষ্টিকর কিশোর নুডলস একমাত্র নুডলস যা পরিবার সুষম খাদ্য নিশ্চিত করে। কিশোর নুডলস, মোমস ম্যাজিক।
পাইছেন সরকারি ভাতা, ভাতা নিয়ে চিন্তা কিসে? ভরসা পাই বিকাশে। সরকারি ভাতা নিশ্চিন্তে ও প্রতিবার সময় মতো পেতে আপনার বিকাশ নাম্বারটি সমাজসেবা অফিসে নিবন্ধন করুন।
ফুড এক্সট্রাক্ট থেকে তৈরি টেস্টি ও রিফ্রেশিং বাংলাদেশের প্রথম ইলেকট্রোমেট্রিক অ্যাসিড ফুড। বাংলাদেশ কিনবে না কখনো।
আমার পরিবারের
100% দিয়ে
কালার এক্সপার্ট জর্জ সেফ এবং ওয়াইল্ড অন হ্যান্ডস টেকনোলজি সমৃদ্ধ অরিক্স ক্রিস্টাল ওয়াশ আপনার লন্ড্রি এক্সপার্ট।
Well, good for the play to resume here in Chattogram. This is the first T20I of the Dutch Bangladesh series between Bangladesh and West Indies. 59 for 5. Tahir Hridoy still in the middle. Bangladesh have to go anywhere near the target. They need something special from him. It will be Mario Shepherd to go his second over. Here's the ball. Going after the ball himself and denying that second run to the Bangladesh batters. I think the difference is when you look at how both teams have handled themselves with the bat. Lovely delivery. Quick carry to the keeper. What stood out for me from the West Indies batting perspective was 7 4s and 11 6s. It's really stood out. Ensured to get it going in the last 3 to 5 overs. It looked at one stage that perhaps 150 would have been ideal, but some super hitting. Lost the ball, he's lost the ball. Sent back rightly by Hridoy. Boundaries and sixes, you mentioned it. Also the timing of it, how they initially took time. Lucky the ball didn't travel, it just dropped dead. Otherwise it would have actually stepped back towards the batter after hitting the pitch. Yes, thanks to that wonderful partnership between Robin Powell and Shane Hope. Let's not forget that even Rodman Powell initially was not middling the ball as well as he'd like. He took a bit of time. Got the opportunity to interview him mid-innings, and he mentioned that maybe 10 runs more would have been a good total, but as of now it seems like they've got the total.
Yeah, he started it all, didn't really time the ball earlier in his innings, and then he hit 4 sixes, consecutive sixes. 83 the partnership and 48 for the 4th wicket.
Absolutely, and they took their time, but then put the Bangladesh bowlers under pressure, which is sort of lacking in this innings. The only time the Bangladesh batters put some pressure on the West Indies bowlers was when Tanzil Santami and Saif Hassan were in the middle.
Yeah, the opening partnership worked for the 16 runs. It doesn't really matter if you hit a couple of boundaries. The problem is, if you do get out, then your team is in trouble.
The 4th single of this over. Halfway through the innings, Bangladesh 63 for 5.
Just the world-class cable fan. Water cables, নিরাপত্তা এবং সংযোগ।
ভিটামিন সি আর গ্লিসারিনের সাথে
$103 to get, and we've got to just balance between attack and defense and be select and get the couple of runs. They've just got every other delivery. Press here, press there, boundary there. That will be what they'll need on a consistent basis if they're going to chase that target. Very difficult task.
Required rate at 10.27. It's not going to be easy. One of these batters ideally Tanzil got to play one of the bestest knocks we've seen in T20 history for Bangladesh to win this game. And on the other hand, we expect Tanzil Hassan's shock if there's no mark with the bat. Rishad Hussain play those cameos to try and chase down the one score of 166.
Definitely gettable, but it is the next 5 overs that's going to be the decider. If Bangladesh can score around the 8-9 mark consistently with Rishad, who just saw there, being able to play cameos very quickly with the but at the moment they're going sensibly. I've been playing the ball to its merit, just making the runs.
Rishad Hussain. I'm a bit surprised with the addition of Saifuddin in front of the squad. Over 11. Worked so well in the last game up in Saga, the series that Bangladesh won 3-0. Because Kumar Das, that's got that's an automatic choice. That's a good shot. Shot, wicket, set up beautifully. Shot to smash the field, next to stay on.
It's taken a bit of time in coming, but what a relief. That will ease a lot of the pressure. Just waited for that short the placement of the ball in the right area.
KDPR does really well. His comeback delivery is really good at goal wickets to wicket. Not giving, that's a rare loose delivery put away to a boundary.
And you can hope to do that. It's an 8-run over. Maybe they'll just pick up this last one. It does, but does not find the gap in the field. 11 overs done, 71 for 5.
দরকারের সময় নেট নাই, আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই। এখন নেট অন রাধুনি বিরিয়ানি মশলায় তৈরি বিরিয়ানি এমনি সাজছে শুধু করে বিরিয়ানি ছাড়া আর কিছু মাথায় আসবে না। রাধুনি বিরিয়ানি মশলা
সাদা ছেড়ে দিলে ভালো।
নিরাপদ ও সহজে উপবৃত্তির টাকা পেতে আজই আপনার বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট সন্তানের স্কুলে
সুস্বাদু পুষ্টিকর কেশর নুডলস একমাত্র নুডলস যা পরিবারের সুষম খাদ্য নিশ্চিত করে। কেশর নুডলস, নোটস ম্যাজিক।
In the game against Afghanistan in the Asia Cup was quite handy, especially in the death overs. You bowling those Yorkers, slow balls, he was exceptional. Here comes Jaden Seals. With the height, just should be a single.
Well, singles will do it from now, but they've got to do it on a regular basis. Just going back to the squad, I think one of the main reasons for that was the second in is a pace bowling all-rounder. They opted for the pace bowlers in the all-rounders department. They seem to have preferred the selectors, the spin bowling all-rounders to Saifuddin. Yeah, you're right. I understand your thought process. And maybe that's the thought process of the selectors and leaving him out.
Covering our bases, Shabir, having options. He spoke in the earlier scene with Athar Ali Khan regarding not having that out-and-out all-rounder as a seeding all-rounder. Just that having different options in different games would be handy, especially in the subcontinent.
And the options now running out for Bangladesh as they choose 173. Just another quick look at that. No genuine all-rounders as you mentioned, but Nasir Ahmed, they can reel the window. Vishal Hassan can play the cameos and Bangladesh will be hoping that he can do that if needed today.
Just on the subject of the all-rounders, Vishal Hussain was spinning all-rounders, a great prospect going to the future, still relatively young in international game. Certainly has what it takes to shine in international cricket. But if you look at the top sides around the world, in subcontinent you could take the example with the Hardik Pandya for India, Prime Ashraf for Pakistan, Dasun Shanak for Sri Lanka. So I think that's where the balance comes. I mean, batting at number 6, 7 can do 4 overs, he can at least 2, 3 overs, but hanging with the bat brings in balance, isn't it?
Talking about the balance, it will be a balance between some powerful shots and regular scoring. They've got 3 Sundays in this over. It's not going to give. Something's going to give. Have to throw pressure to the win. Take a few chances. No, that's maybe we'll say that it was intentionally played, but safely enough for another single.
And this guy on screen with the ball and especially with the bat, in my opinion, cameos did make the difference. 26 of 13 deliveries in the first ODI, couple of blast kicks towards mid-wicket. Long. Certainly even the last ODI, Shamim Chaudhary, was exceptionally sharp.
And maybe that is the reason why that it was tilted in the favor of the spinners with the wickets prepared, conducive to spin rather than pace, particularly in Dhaka. They're not allowing the Bangladeshi batters freebies. Call for the second man, hits the throw, chance of there was an opportunity missed. If he gathered it, here's a goal now.
Jaden Seals did everything right when it comes to basics. Soon after the follow-through, he ran back to be behind the stumps to take the bails off. Awkward bounce. There you go, comes back behind the stump, does the basics right and made batters the most. He misses the ball. Got to be said at international level, those got to be taken. It's good to see the young man, the big fast goal of his follow-through to have the presence of mind. Come back to the stumps, and unfortunately for West Indies, he missed the ball.
He's thrown very, very quickly and very hard. As we know, the ball's now got a bit of moisture on it, not easy to grasp. More intent on throwing down the wicket rather than grabbing the ball first, cleanly. But to Australia, need all the luck in the world for the moment for the Bangladeshi batters. Struggling. Catcher is the goal. Second he's got it. We've seen some tremendous catches. He can afford to smile. Just popped out of his hands, jumped away, caught it on the second take, and another wicket goes.
Slow ball bounce, a nice little slice, and how good Fidor probably wanted to get over the middle fine left fielder. That was there to be put away. Absolutely found the fielder. Finally, on the second attempt, that's the prize we could have covered the door. And Jaden Seals was brought back into the attack by Sheho. Want to break through. He has done it in style. This pitching with all is down to 28. 77 for 6 Bangladesh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
New Fruit Extract for the body. Tasty and refreshing. Ownership also electrometric essences. Bangladesh, Mari rote ko, kedulang ko protein solution update. Double red toothpaste.
Could you see, in comes Nassim Ahmed at number 8 Bangladesh. Strike rate of 94, best of 19, and he's here. Salvador was grabbed the beauty at the top line.
Yes, indeed, look at that. Didn't quite middle it, that's why he went to the field, could have gone over. But what a recovery. Second bite of the cherry, slipped away, was conscious enough and alert enough to go for that second grab, and the smile of relief. Oh, so nice to see. Bangladesh really struggling here.
Abdullah said cannot do anything wrong, can he? He comes to go his last over now. Should we just see Rogers and hold that long on to the top? 2 for 20 with 3.1 overs. He's been exceptional lucky.
Very impressive to say the least. Look at the batters versus balls below 125 clicks, and the wickets, well, there are some in that 8 to 10 meter area, the good length areas, that they have been one short. But it's all below 125, so they're really struggling to try and use their bats, the power of the bats to get the balls away.
Runs on the board, Shami. That makes a huge difference because missing inside. Prospective experienced players in the T20 set up. It's excited against Bangladesh. Have done really well in the recent past. Certainly bought the game. Now, so now after mark for the single.
No surprise, Akil Hussain enters fourth over, 2 for 21. The ball's got to grip a little bit more. At the same time, if it gets a little moist on the outfield, it's difficult to grip. But with Nasir Min, it's going to be tough for Bangladesh to reach that target. To try 11.35 from now.
Someone has to play a blind rock knock, isn't it? Even the man in trouble shadows in yet to come, possibly at number 9. Do you find things happening to the Shamim? So again, pulling into the pitch.
That's been the essence, bowling into the pitch, really keeping that line going consistently. And then the little variations in pace, something to lull Bangladeshi batters into a false sense of security, particularly in the early part of the innings when they thought they'd blast everything out of the ground. But you know, bowlers are pretty clever and they know your mindset, they can outsmart you. And Bangladesh have fallen into that trap on more than one occasion.
I mean, the last time Bangladesh won the series against Afghanistan, they won all 3 games chasing. The one more question. Good curve, decent serve, that's an outside edge. Probably Sheho, he'll consider himself unlucky that he couldn't get onto it. That's probably the under edge. Quicker, Akil Hussain. Confirmation, it's a drop chance.
You're being too harsh. That really went very quickly. Yeah, he thought the skipper might have had the gloves on it. Went very, very quickly.
Just looking at the point, Shaman, 42 for 4 in the power play. They're chasing down a score of 166. He got to slay the foundation. That's what Bangladesh missed with.
Yes, indeed, that's what the point I was mentioning. They got a little carried away. There's a little bit of overconfidence in the manner in which they approach this innings. Just can't afford to do that in cricket.
On the next side. And the protector guy comes into play, not given a wide. And Akil Hussain finishes his spell. 222 of his score. 80 for 6 after 13.
তিনটে জমি সহজে উঠবে না, নতুন করাই কিনতে হবে।
কিনবো 10 টাকায়।
10 টাকায় নতুন করায়?
নতুন ভিম লিকুইড মিনিটা এখন 10 টাকায়। এক থেকে ভালো পানিতে মিশাও, স্ক্রাবার দিয়ে ধুয়ে পাও নতুন করাই। একদম শিয়া বাটার ও অ্যালোজয়েল সমৃদ্ধ ইয়ে বডি লোশন ত্বককে করে তারুণ্যদীপ্ত ও উজ্জ্বল।
ক্লোজ-আপে এখন আছে জিঙ্ক ফ্রেশ টেকনোলজি, যা জীবাণুর সাথে লড়াই করে সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস 18 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত। তোমার টিকিট
আর এটা তোমার।
ক্লোজ-আপ 18 ঘন্টা সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস।
77. You say that Bangladesh are consistently inconsistent, and that's been the massive problem they've had to face. Well, this is the Dutch Bangla Bank series, and as we see the award being given, the Dutch Bangla Bank is the first European joint venture bank in Bangladesh and the pioneer in the banking sector of Bangladesh in terms of customer trust and confidence through transparent and pure banking.
The bounce had gone all wrong for a ship at the very first ball. He has to be really careful with the length of off in the circle. Good shot straight down the ground. Raman followed from Raman. He does the fielding. Certainly, it's only one thing in Kanzim Hassan Shakib's mind.
Well, that would be boundaries. Now 15 balls since the last boundary. They're running out of overs, they're running out of balls. And this is the time when the West Indian bowlers will tell themselves, let's lure them, let's entice them into playing the big shots. The fielders all around the ground in various positions waiting for a miss-hit to happen.
And change the feel of the big shot by Tanzil. Third man comes into the circle. And Big Jason Builder turned it off, not that for long off. Then bounce as well, zipping through to the ground for Shehok.
That's the quickest thing you do, just 128 clicks. But the manner in which skill it off, you could feel the effect of the dew on the wicket. This is the problem. Engaging with the leg, he's turning his stance, taking one leg away. But length, that leg, the shot tried, not on that leg. Needed to move back.
Shot, picks it up. And into the stands it goes. Wicket 6. One wicket for Tanzim Hassan Shakib.
Look at that, just helped the ball on its way, used a little bit of the angle, didn't try to hit it too hard, shot, one of the best.
Like that duke of Tanzim Hassan straight away after hitting the 6. He didn't even bother to watch where the ball was sailing. This crowd will be hoping more from Tanzim. Throw ball again. Filing in the circle.
Was very proud in going for that shot, taking the left leg away, shaking the play. Very, very welcome boundary. In one of those, it's been a big over. 13 runs, a couple of balls clipped.
Then he went for a 6, slow ball went for a boundary. What's next by Ronchapat?
He sure is. The variations of the ball, there was a wide
Delivery. I thought that was a perfect Yorker for Amarisha, but for the eighth boundary of the innings, by far the most expensive over in this innings. 17 and 1 ball remaining. The ball downside. The hit fielder. That's the feeling, and just a single to end the 14th over. 98 for 6.
চকলেট পিনাট ক্যারামেল ও মোগাজের দারুণ কম্বিনেশন এলো সিক্সার্স চকলেট কোনটা এনার্জি
এই যে হিরোইন রেডি আগে হিরোইনটা সেজে নে আহা ঠান্ডা ঠান্ডা হওয়াতে গরমকালে যেমন চাই যেন এমন সফট স্কিন করে নতুন ভ্যাসলিন
Akash brings Lolita to Bangladesh the ultimate experience of live matches, special shows, and highlights exclusively on Akash Digital TV and Akash Go app.
Bangladesh have lost 3 wickets extra. Remember, WestIndies in the last 5 overs, Shamin scored 64. That was the biggest difference.
Yes, indeed, and they need to replicate that. And maybe that has been started in the previous over. 17 run over by Tanzim Saqib.
He pumped for sure. He's not going to fight the ball. He's going to fire it in. Look at it. He's 94.8 the first ball.
Yeah, not a surprise. I mean, he's seen the mood that Tanzim is in at the moment, so he's not going to even try and flank the ball. But then again, you never know the psyche, the mindset of the bowler. Batter expects flatter deliveries. You might just say, I just lob one. Give it some air.
Well done. Beautifully done by Keripia. Turn and bounce. Comprehensively beaten.
8 clicks. Turn and bounce. That is exceptional bowling.
That too with a bit ball, Shamin. Down the ground, no timing. Yes, and all the field that long on just keeps him for a single.
Well, they've got to do that. I can understand what is going through his mind. That was superb. The pick-up, the manner he went. That was maybe a little lucky, but this was electric. There's the cue end of the bat, a very good delivery. Whitish Yorker. The runs started to flow in the previous over, but just the single so far in this over. What is Nassim going to come up with? What a time it has gone. That's just when the runs have started. Well, look at this shot. Right down the ground. He's just made sure it was wide open. Anybody and nobody had a chance to stop that. Fantastic innings of belligerent hitting performance.
11 of 5 deliveries, 29 and 11 deliveries, just changing the momentum of the game towards Bangladesh slightly. 57 of 31 needed. Masood and Tanzim Shakib, they are striking the ball pretty cleanly. Last ball, changing the angle, coming on the wicket. Down the leg side, has to be called wide, and it is the ball wide.
Wild always brings out the surprises to finish it over.
ব্রিডিংয়ে কি বল হারা গেছে
Turned out to be a good one when Mustafi's bowled a wide for the West Indian batters. What's he going to do this time?
আবার
On the left side and falls it in. I still feel outside to protect the guy.
ওই দেখো তো
Two
খুশি
and two. It's got two precious runs. Not only that, an opportunity to maybe finish this over on a high.
এই 289 জন দেখতাছি
That's a good finish.
Hey, hey.
Strong comeback by KDPR. Good to know was done. 111 for 6.
এই স্পিডে চললে তো এই সিনেমার ভিলেনকে ধরতেই পারবো না নতুন গাড়ি তো ভাই চলতে কিছু ইন্স্যুরেন্স নায়িকাকে বাঁচাবো আমি তোমার গাড়ি বাঁচাবে ইন্স্যুরেন্স প্রত্যেকে করবো সিটি ব্যাংক ইন্স্যুরেন্স করলে সিটিতে
নিরাপদ ও সহজে উপবৃত্তির টাকা পেতে আজই আপনার বিকাশ অ্যাকাউন্ট সন্তানের স্কুলে রেজিস্টার করুন।
কি ভাই দরকারের সময় নেট নাই আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ
সাজে বয়ে করে লাইভ
Bangladesh, in terms of runs ahead in the power play, the problem is the wickets. But the time between 7 and 15 they've been good, especially the last two overs.
14 পাশে যাচ্ছে সাজে নেও না নাকি
In the last two overs, partnership is about 34 and 21. Last two overs have been very good. In comes Jason Holder. They're trying to be cheeky. You know why? Because there are two fielders at short back and short fine. So he's eyeing to scoop it over the top of the infield. Starting out to be a really good innings from Tanzim Hassan Shakib, 32 of 24. Good evening, Sangal Badri. Hello, Arthur. Hello, everyone. 54 from 29. Remember, WestIndies scored 64 in the last 5. Lots of sixes struck from Robert Powell in the last couple overs. Do they have the firepower Bangladesh to match that, given that they're 6 down?
ব্রিডিং তো লাগবে
This partnership though has been good. 35 from 22. Nassim is capable of the big hits. They need a few. The change of angle is a right.
Oh, man.
Goes deep in the screen and slaps it over the fielder and hits it. The Tigers. Intelligent batting. He knows that the mid-off is in position, so he just swats it over in that direction. Change in field, of a change in length. Pick up a single and get to the right hand and strike. Also, the right hand left hand combination has worked in Bangladesh's favour. With a single, the partnership now is 30. And certainly this partnership raised some hope to Bangladesh. 49 from 27. Possible. The only thing that stands out though, huge disparity, the number of sixes hit, something that the West Indians have been known for during their period of dominance. They hit 11 sixes as compared to 4 so far. Really went after it. And the front toes are wide onto the up top, and he misses it. But these are the deliveries that they need to put away, which can get that equation even in their favor a little bit better. 49 from 26 now. But the pick up a boundary in this over was the 6th of the first 4 deliveries. Again, it's short and wide. That will be taken, and it is. So Ruston Chase take the catch. Tanzim Hassan Shakib has to go back to the pavilion. Some dancing from Jason Holder, another one for him. Sticking to his plan as the fielder in that position just for that shot. Pace also doesn't have the pace to go over the boundary.
ওহো মনিভাই
And celebration
কই লাগাইছো
from Boulder.
এটা নষ্ট ঠিক আছে এটা নষ্ট
The set batter goes for 33. 117 now for 7.
আমার লাগানো ঠিক আছে
তত ময়শ্চারাইজার সমৃদ্ধ মূল বজবাস শিয়া বাটারের গুডনেস স্কিন রিপেয়ার করে রাখে
আমার এরকম একটা নষ্ট আমার রিলাইনের সমস্যা এটাই না এটা কাই নিছে কি দুয়া নষ্ট একটা বাজে একটা কেবল দুয়াইছে তো আমার এরকম কেবল নষ্ট হয়ে গেছে বাড়িতে ছিল বাড়ি নষ্ট ভিতরে না মানে আর হ্যাঁ এটা মানে
সাথে থাকলে স্বাদ বাড়ে কোকা-কোলা প্রতিটা গেম থেকে শুরু করে একটি সিকিউর কানেকশন থেকে which is the world class cable brand একটি নিরাপদ সংযোগ যা কানেক্ট করে আমাদের আজকের ডিজাইন সাথে আগামীর স্মার্ট ফিউচার
লর্ড সোহান নাই লর্ড সোহান ও মনিভাই এত
You need him to fire up to the bat.
লাগা দেখি
It's over. It's a full toss, low full toss.
খেলা তো আমার ভালো
Thinking about the second, also very quick. Comes back
শাবাশ শাবাশ
to 2
সত্যি বলে সত্যি
runs to finish the over. 8 and a wicket in that over. Up to 16. Bangladesh 119.
ওয়াও সুগন্ধ তো ভালো নতুন সবার
নতুন লাইফ হয় এখন আরো ভালো সুগন্ধ আর জীবন থেকে সুরক্ষা
New food extract থেকে তৈরি tasty বাংলাদেশের
খেলা যখন জমবো 50 জন দেখতেছে
4 গুণ শক্তিশালী এনজাইম পাওয়ার টেকনিক ফর্মুলা ও অধিক প্রাণ সমৃদ্ধ সেল ফরওয়ার্ড নতুন খেলা মাত্র 70 টাকায়
সর্বাধুনিক সিপিভিসি ম্যাটেরিয়াল দিয়ে তৈরি
বেশি করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করো
ফিটিংস
চ্যানেলটা ফলো করো
পর্যন্ত গরম পানি সহ্য করতে পারে
কমেন্ট আপনাদের কাছে ভালো ভালো কমেন্ট
আমার পরিবারের শুরু করে
100% দিয়ে
The last batter to be dismissed was Nadeem Hassan.
সিস্টেম এটাই ভালো
Yeah, good from Jason Holder and the Indians are careful. Feel well set. Duty Robert when a plan comes to fruition. Jaden Seals
রিশা দেয়া তো
back
খেলা
to the attack.
তো পারলে না
Yeah, swinging and it's the quiet winner is about 12 runs in an over, so both batters will be eyeing to pick up an early boundary to lift the pressure off them, but the first one turns out to be a dot. They're only the second T20I for Jaden Seals. It's his first wickets in this format. Starts off with a slower ball. Look for that leg cutter or off cutter to the left-handed batter.
খেলা যাবো
Has he timed it? Yes, he has. Nassau is turning out to play a nice little cameo here.
আগো গো তুই সত্যি পারাই দিত খায় কি বাতের শরীর আর কত শক্তি ও বের করে এখানে সাকি করতে
In T20Is, Nassau tops it wide. But didn't lift as well as he would have liked. Just one bounce nonetheless. They need a few more of those 43 from 22. But they're 7 wickets down. And now the run rate comes down under 12 runs in an over. 11.70, 43 from 22.
আমার সে বোলিং তো লালা বলি
And making room, trying to open up the offside, and he misses the delivery. He could not afford to miss a delivery. That's probably what he is trying to tell Nasser Ahmed. He's picked up a boundary, get him on strike. He had 2 ducks in the over, his previous best, 19 against England
রাস্তার উপর মাইজা
in Abu Dhabi a couple of years ago. They don't mind how these runs come, whether it's off the middle or if it's off the edge, but they need them to continue to flow.
স্টেডে
At that point, absolutely sensational.
Oh,
Once it was
Bangladesh.
Rockman Powell who took the catch.
Catch
And
out.
then looked at the boundary ropes. He was going over. Was flicked it back. And he takes it holder. He cannot believe his luck. The Rockman Powell is continuing to make it 100 T20I. Very memorable. Good teamwork down the deep. Another piece of delivery. But just look at the composure. Knows that Jason Roller is there. Completes the catch and just passes it over. Russell goes for his best of 20. 8 down for 123.
জামাল এভাবে সেরা হবার 100 রকম চেষ্টা থেকে লাগে 100 কঠিন ডাক আর এমনই 100 কঠিন এমন আছে নতুন সার্ফ এক্সেল এর টার্বো প্রিন্ট টেকনোলজি কাপড়ের গোঠনে গিয়ে 100 কঠিন দাগ দূর করে এক ঘন্টে নতুন সার্ফ এক্সেল
মাল এটা খারাপ না
Keen Crystal batters were disappointed for Bangladesh. That's the last wicket. Just flicks it back. Steps outside the boundary ropes. Rockman Powell. Look at the reaction. He's now picked up 3 back. 3 for 21 Jaden Seals. So when you were asking to give the chase 165, 166 to win, you need support from the top order. If you don't, if you fail to do that, then you need something special, some kind of miracle. Because they were down in the power play, 4 down, 42 for 4. Yeah, the statistics show that if you lose 3-4 wickets in the power play, it's always difficult to register a win. So credit to the West Indians for the way that they bowled. Started off a little bit on the expensive side, but they fought back, they stuck to their task. 124 for 8.
পাইছেন সরকারি ভরসা পাই বিকাশে সরকারি ভাতা নিশ্চিত সময় মতো পেতে আপনার বিকাশ নাম্বারটি সমস্ত অফিসে নিবন্ধন করুন।
Advanced hygiene software, natural bacterial technology জীবাণু থেকে দেয় 99.99% protection.
Aqual Advanced Hygiene Soap এবার জীবাণু ধুলাবালি গ্রাম ক্লিন উড।
ব্রাউন সসের মাখামাখি টেস্ট নুডলসকে করে তোলে আরো ইয়ামি আরো জোস কাঁচা পাকা টমেটো আর সিক্রেট রেসিপি কম্বিনেশনে ব্রাউন সসের বস
With 2 wickets in hand. Now you spoke about how well they handle themselves with the ball, the WestIndies. But don't forget the effort they put with the bat. 51 in the last 3 overs. Jason Holder round the wicket with the left-hander. And that partnership of 83 in 48 deliveries between Powell and Shayo really set the tone, set the course for a winning total. And when you come back and you look at that partnership, we started well, remember, it was these openers which set a good foundation when they added 59. Yeah, they took a little bit time, 23 from Hope and King, but another King. But what about Hope and Powell? Brilliant. Ball in the gap. There was a risky bowling that pace with that field. Kick outside edge and beats the fielder to his left and races away to 4. Yeah, they need boundaries, they need nothing Jaden Seals can do there. Too far left of him. Yeah, for much of the West Indian innings, and viewers, the looked as though they would get 140, 145. It was that last few overs.
कैसी बात ठीक
Rashad Hussain perishes. And it looks like, yeah, it is again. You can't keep him away from the game. Broadman Powell picks another catch. The holder now goes on to take his third wicket. And Bangladesh 129 for 9. That increases his tally of wickets in 2025 in this format. Jason Holder already the leading wicket taker for the West Indies this year. 3 more to his 21 previously. New fireworks from Rashad tonight, 129 for 9.
আজকে সাবানের থেকে আলাদা আপনার সাবান আর ডাভ নিন একদিকে সাবান দিন আর অন্যদিকে ডাভ সাবানের দিকটা রুক্ষ লাগে আর ডাভের দিকটা নরম ও কোমল কারণ ডাভ সাবানের থেকে আলাদা এর 1/4 ময়েশ্চারাইজিং ক্রিম দেয় নরম কোমল ও উজ্জ্বল ত্বক তফাৎটা বুঝতে আজই ডাভ ব্যবহার করুন
tasty and refreshing, nourishing multi-nutrimentic essences. বাংলাদেশ জিন্দে রাখা বাড়ির রক্তক্ষরণ মুখের দুর্গন্ধ প্রতিদিন সলিউশন একটাই ডাবল রেড মিক্সড ফ্রিজিং কেবলস যে কোনো স্থাপনার বৈদ্যুতিক সংযোগকে রাখে নিরাপদ স্ক্রিন কোটেড ইনসুলেশন সম্পূর্ণ ফায়ার রিটার্ডেন্ট তাই বিজলি কেবলস নিজেই নিজেকে নেভায় বিজলি কেবলস
নিরাপদ আজীবন
For this to come in so early. But it has been an excellent performance from West Indies. Yeah, the last time they were here was way back in 2018 when they played a series against Bangladesh here. In this format, the T20 format, that's the dismissal of Rashad Hussain. And they beat Bangladesh in 2018. But in between they played away. They played in West Indies, they played elsewhere also. So Bangladesh managed to win, but at home, this there's another win which will give them an opportunity to go and try to win the series. Yeah, number 2, it's been a struggle from a West Indian perspective in this format. Only 3 wins in 15 matches this year. We've lost a series of bilaterals in the lead up to this one. Well, that's gone. That's gone all the way for 6 from the man of Tafkinan. 136 for 9.
মাছ ভাজা কিন্তু এই তেল চর্বি একবার ধুলে পরিষ্কার হবে না তাহলে একবার আমি ধুয়ে নিচ্ছি আরেকবার তুমি
নতুন রিং লিকুইড আছে 100 যা মাছ মাংসের কঠিন তেল চর্বি পরিষ্কার করে একদমই
এবার তুমি
আরে তেল চিটচিটে ভাব গায়ে
সাথে থাকলে স্বাদ বাড়ে কোকা-কোলা
165 for 3 and it's turning out to be a winning total here. There are 2 more overs left. Bangladesh required 30 from 12 deliveries with only a wicket in hand. James Seals was the 4th over, but the last ball of the previous over went all the way for a big 6. The benefit from the series you mentioned about their recent losses. It's so very difficult. Even at the toss, I asked Shai Hook, and how do you manage to uplift the morale of the team because the results not going your way? It's a process, and you have to have that sort of a belief that yes, you wake up to look to do some positive steps. And surely today, winning the toss and batting first to go and post that total was very impressive indeed.
Now the pause in play might be the peel or the stump
So we have to get a replacement here. You're right, Arthur. The West Indies have lost 4 out of the 5 bilateral series that they've played this year in 2025. And if we stretch that back a little further, they've lost 7 of the last 8 that they've played. So that man right off screen, Darren Sammy, he wants to get back into winning ways. We know that the T20 World Cup is just a few months away. And so if they can solidify what their best combination is, that's what they're trying to do in these conditions, so that when they head off to that World Cup, everyone is in a much better position and they know their roles with a certain level of clarity. That man as well, his captaincy record has been dismal, so everyone is trying and searching for improvements, incremental improvements. It's only the first game though, but you want to start off with a win.
Yeah, as a team you want contribution from each and everybody. Not every game hope or maybe Robert Ball not going to score runs, but there were others. Someone like Athanaze or Brandon King and company would have to put their hands up. Okay, fine, tonight it's my night. I'm going to make it count. He's been outstanding. Even that win, the Tide match, he was there for a very long time to ensure that they get close to the target. In that one day international series in Dhaka, in April. Well, this might just get over. Falls in no man's land.
Taskin would argue that's perfect placement. The 3 fielders were converging and it fell in the middle of all of them. None of them got even remotely closer. Looking to heave that one for 6, and just look at that. Equidistant from all of them.
Do you think this is the right combination for West Indies, Samuel Birdie?
The outside edge just over the field. That's what third, Romario Shepherd. A fortuitous boundary, but that's what you get at this stage of the inning. Smiles from Mr. Pizzo.
Yeah, with a down, the score moves to 142 for 9. Just think whether Bangladesh had few wickets in hand. What the case? 24 from 8.
Yeah, to answer your question, they've been searching for a spinner. A couple have emanated from the Breakout League, a domestic tournament. This time it's placed delicately for a couple. They also have Gunakesh Murthy, who has been brilliant in this format, left out today for carry pair. So they usually go into a contest with 2 left and orthodox. They've been also searching for solidity at the top of the order. Shehook himself has opened in the recent past that series against Australia. So they have a few options, still trying to find out which is the best 11 to take the field. That's the importance of these matches, giving players an opportunity in different positions.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yes. Yes.
Allow the batters to cross over 2 runs and 10 in that over.
Yes.
19, 146 for 9.
Luckily, Shagmishali, Shana, they put them Shea butter ও অ্যালোড অয়েল সমৃদ্ধ লিলি বডি লোশন ত্বককে করে তারুণ্য দীপ্ত ও উজ্জ্বল।
That's been a very good performance from the West Indies. It's a 3-match series. Looks but they're going to go one up in the series. Bangladesh require 20 from last 6 deliveries. Lumalu Shepherd. And the attack. Big blue ball side gets the bottom edge. It just shows that if you can just hold on to wickets earlier on, it can be a different ball game altogether. And that's what the Bangladesh players, Bangladesh top order, the team management would need to understand and grasp the situation. You can lose 1 or 2 wickets fine, but you just simply cannot afford to lose hope in the power play. If you do, then the result is right in front of you. Seven innings now, including 5 wides. Murray Shepherd himself will be looking to improve his routines in this phase of the innings. It's a rule that he's been given quite often before the West Indies. So what you want to do, even though that this game is for all intents and purposes sold 18 for 4, you still want to put yourself in a position as though the game is on the line. That's how you improve. Put yourself under that pressure. Nail those Yorkers so that it becomes part of your DNA. In a pressure situation, you can execute and deliver. But output Bangladesh in all departments of the game. Bangladesh, if you look back what they've achieved by winning 4 series on the trot, never easy. And you come up against any team because you need to be at your best. No matter who you play, where you play. Unless you're playing in home conditions, you probably know a thing or two more than your opposition. Recovery has gone single, but it looks like they might have just hit the stumps with his heels. I think he did step on the stump, Taskin, looking to go deep in the crease. He absolutely nailed it. Guess what? It doesn't count. He's been dismissed. And that's the end of the innings. This is very peculiar. Everyone seems to be a little bit shell-shocked. The little deep he gets, steps on the stumps, and then absolutely nails it to 6. Yes, smashes it out of the middle of the bat. That's perhaps the best shot that he's played in his career. But it doesn't count. Anticlimactic end. Bangladesh dismissed the 19.4 for 149, and West Indies take the first of this 3-match series by 16 runs. Tasking the last man dismissed a wicket for 10. Yeah, excellent win for West Indies. They're 1 up in a 3-match series. They're scoring 165 for 3 and going on to defend it and winning in the end by 16 runs. So congratulations to West Indies. It's a performance that will inspire them to do even